What's up, crypto enthusiasts? Welcome back to Wise Staking. When my dad was teaching me about finances when I was little, one of the things he used to tell me was that if something seems too good to be true, it most likely is. And this is the case for most things. But there's a phenomenon going on right now that I want to explain to you because if you miss out on this, you could possibly miss out on massive, massive gains that are possible. So it is true that while all circumstances are normal in the world, everything's pretty even. And if there's, things people promising you that you get 2x your money, 10x your money, 100x your money, it most likely is a scam because there isn't any value to be created there when everything is status quo and normal. However, every once in a while, there are phenomenons that come by that create massive opportunities to make exponential gains, completely legitimately, completely fairly, and this stuff happens all the time in your lifetime. So the thing that's happening that's creating this opportunity to create massive amounts of wealth is a transfer of money. Because in order for something to become way more valuable, exponentially more valuable than it currently is, what you need is a lot of people transferring their money because obviously things gain value by the amount that people buy them. So, for instance, if everybody today decided to sell their US dollars and buy Mexican pesos, US dollars price would actually tank, the value of it would tank, and Mexican pesos would go up. That is because you took your money out of one thing and put it in another thing. So this type of thing happens all the time, and sometimes there are these massive phenomenons that create massive opportunities for wealth. So I'm going to explain to you how this affects cryptocurrency today and how you can capitalize on that by investing in Wise Token. So the dot-com bubble was the last time that this happened. And the dot-com bubble, is the internet. When people invented the internet, it became very apparent soon that, oh my goodness, everyone should be on the internet. Everyone needs to be on the internet. If you don't have a website, you are behind, and other competing companies are going to beat you. And there was a huge race to just put everything on the internet because people realized the value, and that was called the dot-com bubble. So the chart looks pretty scary because we had this massive opportunity for making a ton of money, but then that bubble also popped. But the thing that a lot of people aren't paying attention to is it popped, yes, and it lost like 95% of its value. But does that mean the internet wasn't valuable? No, it actually regained all that value and even more. This chart only goes to 2016. This is 4 years later, and it's only been going up since. So we had an initial bubble of speculative hype when people realized how awesome this is, and then it crashed, and then we've been climbing up from there, and those industries that use the internet are now at all-time highs and just continue to go more and more because it was a revolutionary piece of technology, the internet, that revolutionized everything and changed the game. So here's a chart of those things compared to like here's the dot-com bubble right here, the tech-heavy Nasdaq index, and then here is Bitcoin. So I want to show you a chart of what Bitcoin actually did. This is 2017. It went all the way up to $20,000 when everybody was hyped up about Bitcoin. And then it crashed significantly, like more than 80%. And it's been going up higher from there. We're now at all-time highs for the year. And, looking at maybe we'll have one more pullback, but most likely going back to retest those all-time highs in 2021. So I would compare this 2017 to the initial dot-com bubble where it went to 20,000 and then it crashed after that because people realized the value of it here, just like people realized the value of the dot-com bubble, but the infrastructure wasn't there. So the internet wasn't as developed as it was today. There wasn't an infrastructure. There wasn't all the features. So it pumped off of speculation, then it crashed, but it was just, putting the cart before the horse a little bit because eventually the innovations caught up with it. So that's exactly what's happening with Bitcoin right now. Because back here in 2017, we did not have the infrastructure in place. And this isn't just about Bitcoin. Like the Bitcoin chart is the easiest to look at. But honestly, this is about all of cryptocurrency. And we're going to see that in a minute. But the big points here, and I'm going to come over to this Forbes article, the big point that you should be taking away from this is the greatest wealth transfer in history, what's happening and what are the implications. So we are on the cusp of the greatest wealth transfer in history. And remember what I said earlier, that money transferring, wealth transferring is the thing that causes these opportunities to make, 10,000x, 100,000x, 1 millionx on your money. That's what Bitcoin did if you held it long enough. Even Ethereum has done that as well, 10,000x from where it started. Now, this Forbes article is specifically talking about how there's $30 trillion in wealth locked up with baby boomers, that the baby boomer generation that is being transferred to the younger generation and soon will be controlled by the millennials and stuff like that. And that money is going different places. Like, the baby boomers have it locked up in, like bonds, CDs, the stock market, real estate, those types of things. 30 trillion is transferring to the younger generation, and it is a big deal. And a lot of that money is making its way into cryptocurrency. So the biggest wealth transfer in history is happening right now, and a lot of that is going into cryptocurrency. If you don't believe me, then just look at the whole charts of cryptocurrency as a whole. We're talking $300-400 billion total now, and of that, 11 billion has gone into DeFi just this year. So see, just this year, $11 billion has gone into DeFi. But there's still a lot more to come because there's $30 trillion in wealth. And I know a lot more of that is making it into DeFi. Like if you would look at, and by the way, DeFi is decentralized finance. So there's cryptocurrency, Bitcoin's a cryptocurrency. Then there's a whole lot of other cryptocurrencies. Ethereum is another huge cryptocurrency. It's number 2. And a lot of these decentralized finance platforms are built on Ethereum. Like, for instance, Wise is built on Ethereum. It's an Ethereum token. So when we say DeFi, we're talking about those markets where you have decentralized finance capabilities. So 11 billion has come in, and this is just the beginning. And we have seen that 11 billion come in the form of coming to Uniswap. We can see Uniswap, which is a decentralized exchange, the biggest decentralized exchange, crosses 2 billion. It's already crossed 3 billion since this article was made, from September to October, just 1 month. So this is a big, big deal, and people are pouring their money in. Why? Because of the massive opportunities. Because of the massive opportunities to make 100,000x, to make 10,000x, to make 100x. This is why people are putting their money in crypto right now. And there's all these projects popping up. And most of them are terrible, terrible projects. They're not thought out. They don't have sustainable tokenomics. They just, put a token out, and it's usually like some type of a yield farming token where you basically put your money on the platform and then they print hyperinflation so that you get more of the tokens, and they offer massive APYs, like just ridiculous APYs. And there's been several versions of these, several iterations, but all of them are unsustainable, and they're just capturing on the hype. And yes, people are legitimately making 10x, 100x, 200x on their money, absolutely, within a matter of a few days to a week. This has happened over and over again, dozens and dozens of times. Of course, for as much as the things that have come out that have made money, there's been just as many scams as well. So there's been plenty of people, trying to prey on the weak and prey on the adventurous and prey on the curious. And a lot of money has been lost as well. But it doesn't stop the fact that there is tons of money to be made in DeFi right now. $11 billion came in. Like, it's going to be more tens of billions of dollars, if not trillions of dollars within the next year or two, because it's not stopping. People want ways to make money. The value of the US dollar is going down. The purchasing power is going down. There's, hyperinflation with the US dollar. Over 20% of all US dollars have been printed in 2020 alone, just this year. So the value of your dollar is going down. The purchasing power is going down faster than ever before. And people are looking for ways to spend their money and to invest. So coming into cryptocurrency, the difference between using a bank account that's going to give you 0.01% interest a year, absolutely ridiculous, and putting in a cryptocurrency where you can flip it for 2x, 5x, 100x in a few days, that is incredible, and that's why people are pouring their money in. Now, this hype, like I compared the 2017 hype to the first part of the dot-com bubble, but the market's recovered since then, and it's higher than ever before. And I'm saying cryptocurrency is like that now, because now we have the infrastructure. Now we have things like Wise Token that are complete financial ecosystems that are so easy to use that we didn't have before. And this is where things get really, really crazy. Because if we invest our money in projects that are sustainable and good and fair, like economically decentralized is a huge important part of this, because so many of the reasons why these projects come and go is because they are not sustainable, because they are greedy. There's huge amounts of money going to the founders. The tokenomics are not sustainable. There's a myriad of different issues. I have another video that explains just how Wise Token is superior and how Wise Token is actually going to be here in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years, because it was built economically decentralized. No team held tokens. It's a non-profit project. There's no money, providing a golden parachute for the founders. It's not like that at all. It's economically decentralized like Bitcoin. It is safe, audited, has no admin keys, cannot be changed. It's truly decentralized. Where a lot of projects are in the so-called DeFi, decentralized finance space, but they're not decentralized. They're more centralized than your bank and more riskier than your bank too. So a lot of money is pouring into this space. And it's pouring into the space because the opportunity is there. There's this massive wealth transfer happening, and there's the opportunity to make a lot of money. So people are doing super risky things and putting money in projects that are popping up that they really shouldn't be doing, because the opportunity is there. But over time, people are going to start wisening up, and they're going to start, like it's already happened. They're already starting to realize that, hey, this project could be a rug pull. That project could be a rug pull. That project is greedy. People are starting to understand what to look for. Wise is built for those people who are looking to educate themselves on what crypto is, and looking for a crypto that's going to be here in 5 years. So Wise is that cryptocurrency. So with Wise, you can stake your tokens to make interest. We're also offering a second layer system that allows you to lend as well. So there will be lending services. You can choose how risky or safe you want to be, because if you're staking Wise tokens, you're subject to volatility. Of course, as the project does well over time, that's where you're going to get the most gains. But we're also going to be offering staking stable coins as well. So like Wise Token's base layer protocol is a protocol where you lock up money and it can give you interest, and the interest is good interest compared to most other investments. It's going to be most likely ranging between 10% and 30% interest per year. Compare that to the rest of the market, and that is pretty awesome for a safe investment. But the opportunity is the fact that so much people are pouring their money into crypto that when some of it finds its way over to Wise, as Wise grows and people are like, oh man, this is awesome, The opportunity is on top of all that interest you're making, the price of the token itself actually goes up. So while 10% to 30% interest is amazing for others, compared to other safe investments, there's an unlimited potential when it comes to like that wave of money coming into crypto, coming into Wise, and then making the price go up exponentially. Because you could make like 25% interest, but then if the price went up 100x, well, then that's a lot more money than you had even imagined. So this is the opportunity with Wise. And the thing is, it's temporary. This wave of people coming in, like you saw this chart. It's a temporary thing. So it's going to come and go. And even if it's like this and now we're recovering, so we're going to even out at some place. Like it's not going to keep on going up parabolically forever. It's going to even out at some place and go back to normal. Because remember, I said these things are temporary. So we have a window of time. We have a window of time in which we can capture those massive amount of gains if you invest in Wise token. We don't know how long this window is. It could be 2 years. It could be 3 years. It could be 5 years. It could be even less. Like who knows how long it's going to take for the world to be onboarded onto crypto. But one thing I do know is that there's less than 2% of people in the world that have cryptocurrency right now, let alone understand it. And that number is going to be much higher in 5 years. I would think that at least over 50%, if not 75 to 80%. Why? Because blockchain technology, like the dot-com bubble, like the internet, it is actually new technology. It's not just some fad. It's an actual new technology. So check this out. Blockchain technology is going to revolutionize every industry in the entire world. And I'm just going to show you 3 of them. So blockchain is going to revolutionize identity. And the way it revolutionizes identity is because you can prove who you are on blockchain technology and then be able to prove to other people certain bits of information just by showing them, the blockchain. So for instance, you can register on the blockchain your identity, every little piece about your identity, and then you will be able to selectively give people your identity. When you go to the airport, you'll be able to selectively just prove that you are who you say you are. You don't need to give up everything else, your social security number, your birthday, all those things. You don't need to do that. You're already verified on blockchain, which is immutable and can't be changed. You are going to a club, you can verify that you are 21. You are buying alcohol, you can verify you're 21 without giving any other information. There's so many applications for this. It's incredible. The next is supply chain. So this is already happening. And look at this article, blockchain technology for supply chains, a must or a maybe. And if you read this article, you will see that this is a must. This is something that is happening right now. And it's not something that, it's a nice little bell and whistle. It's a nice little feature. No, this is something that is revolutionizing how supply chains work, and it's not ever going away. The last one I want to show you is in the data marketplace. So what is the value of blockchain? Growing, tracking, and storing on blockchain, tamper-proof transactions, enabling IoT marketplace, and more. So this little graphic kind of represents like what is the value of blockchain. Access control, only stakeholders, only people that hold that crypto can access their data. Cryptographic security, that's a huge one. Like proof and that it can't be hacked and that it's there and that it's cryptographically secure. And then transparency, everything's on a ledger. You can prove everything. It's all right there. So there's so many different applications. I just showed you 3 of them now. But guys, blockchain technology is going to revolutionize the world. And the first way it's doing that is through cryptocurrency. It's already happening. There's huge amounts of wealth coming. So if you have that bell going off in your head when you see, oh man, people are saying you can make 10,000x, that's absolutely crazy. Like, it's possible. I just showed you how it's possible. There's $30 trillion of money being transferred. 11 billion have gone into crypto this year, into DeFi this year, and that number's only climbing. It's going to go into the trillions. It's going to revolutionize the world because blockchain technology is like the internet. It's not going away. It's better than anything that this world has seen before, and it's revolutionizing every single industry. And the way to capture that, like you could get some Bitcoin, sure. You can get some Ethereum, sure. But those have already gone up that many X because they've been around for a while. So sure, I have some Bitcoin as well. I have some Ethereum too. I think they're going to continue going up more. But something like Wise offers even more features, and it's just as secure as these things. Its tokenomics are sound. It's going to be here in 5-10 years. And this is something that is starting from the bottom. We're starting from a lower market cap and getting in on this. Not only will you have the benefits, because you can't gain interest with Bitcoin from just holding Bitcoin like you can with Wise. You can't have all these cool lending things. There isn't a referral program for Bitcoin. There isn't a referral program for Ethereum, but there is with Wise. So check this out, get into this. It is absolutely possible to make 10,000x in a very short amount of time. It's what this was designed to do. And just the fact that it's going to be around and like not completely gone away in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, it's going to be able to capture that wave of money that is coming in because we're providing these amazing services that are here to stay, and it's more efficient and fairer than anything else on the market. So Wise Token is awesome. You definitely need to check it out, and don't be afraid or feel uneasy about the fact that you can make 100x, 1,000x, 10,000x maybe, because this is where the money is coming from. There's $30 trillion of it. Of course, you're going to be able to 10,000x your money if you get in the right projects. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and I will see you in the next video.